Hey guys, welcome to Key Skill 4. Now we've seen the fancy proof, we've done all the theory. Let's look at practically how we can multiply two numbers in polar form together quickly. So in this case here, we've got two numbers that are in polar form, and to multiply them, remember, our rule said that R1 kiss alpha, which would be 45, times R2 kiss beta, was equal to R1 times R2 kiss of alpha plus beta. So let's apply that rule here. I'm going to scooch this down to make some more space. Now here I need to multiply my R's together. So 2 kiss 45 times by 3 kiss 60 is going to be equal to 2 times 3 is 6, kiss, now add these together, 45 and 60, 105. You can convert that back if you wanted to into Cartesian. I've shown you how to do that in a previous video. Now let's have a look here. If I started with numbers which were in polar form but using radians, well, the approach is going to be the same. I'm going to multiply their radiuses together, or their modulus together. So 4 times 1 is 4. And then I need to add the angles, so I'm going to get pi over 4 add pi over 3. People freak out when they have to add radians together, but it's the same as dealing with any fractions. You want to find a common denominator. In this case, my common denominator is going to be 12 because I'm adding two fractions, one with the denominator 4 and one with the denominator 3. So I want my common denominator to be 12. I need to times this one by 3. 4 times 3 is 12, so that'll be 3 pi. I need to times this one by 4. 3 times 4 is 12, and now I have to times that by 4. And I'm going to get 4 kiss 7 pi over 12. So this is now in polar form. I'm always checking myself now. Have I gone over pi, or because I want to make sure that this is usually in my principal argument form. Every time I finish, I'm doing a little mental check in my mind to see, am I staying between minus pi and pi for that principal argument form? I like to stay in the principal argument form, but this little guy, he's not gone over pi, so that's okay. But if I had something like 13 pi over 12, I would need to pay a bit more careful attention. This is a really cool application of this rule that you can use it to work with powers. So I can rewrite this as square root 2 kiss pi over 6 times by square root 2 kiss pi over 6. So I need to multiply the radius together, the modulus together. That's going to be 2. Square root 2 times square root 2 is square root 4. And I need to add the angles. The denominators are the same, so I just add them straight together, and then I'm going to cancel them down. Now, those of you that are thinking ahead a little bit, think how you could adapt this if this would be a 3 or a 4, or how could you use this rule for any power, not just power 2. In the next video, I'm going to be looking at the proof of what to do when you have to divide two numbers that are in polar form, and what is the rule for that, and how can we prove that is the rule for that. So that's pretty spicy. Stick around and watch the next video in the series. Don't get lazy, keep studying, and I'll see you in a second. Bye for now, guys.